Day. Call on Government Order of the Day number 2.
Radiation Safety Bill, third reading.
The Honourable Simon Bridges.
I move that the Radiation Safety Bill now be read a third time. Mr Speaker, as the House has heard during the passage of this bill, it will repeal and replace the Radiation Protection Act 1965 and its regulations, providing a much-needed update to our 50-year-old legislation in this area. The bill introduces best practice principles in radiation safety into New Zealand law and enhances security measures that will provide a means for New Zealand to meet its international obligations relating to radioactive material. In doing so, the bill meets its stated purpose of establishing a legislative framework to protect the health and safety of people and protect the environment from the harmful effects of ionising radiation while allowing for its safe and beneficial use. It's fair to say, Mr Speaker, that this is a carefully considered bill. Public consultation on radiation protection legislation began in 2002, and as a result, in 2004, the government decided that there was an overall benefit in developing new legislation. I'm advised that many technical details, including the overall scope of the 2004 decision, were grappled with at this early stage. The policy informing the bill was reconsidered in some detail, and in 2009 the government agreed a refined set of instructions for the new legislation. From there, as you might imagine, for a bill of this nature, a considerable amount of its science, advice and review has occurred. In addition, the emergency provisions of the bill have received input and even scenario testing from agencies such as the New Zealand Fire Service, the New Zealand Police and the New Zealand Defence Force. Also, during this period, care has been taken to ensure that New Zealand's requirements under the international agreements mentioned in Clause 3B were incorporated into the bill. The Health Select Committee made considerable improvements to the bill. I'd like to thank the committee for its work in grappling with the content of both the bill and the science and technicalities of the phenomenon of radiation itself. Thanks are also due to submitters on the bill and the Regulations Review Committee for their high-quality input during the Health Committee's consideration of the bill. The supplementary order paper I lodged made some further minor adjustments to wording to allow the provisions of the bill to operate as originally intended. Regulations and codes of practice are being developed to support the bill once it comes into force. The bill also requires a central register of radiation sources to be established. A register and codes of safe practice are already in use under current legislation and will be upgraded to accommodate the requirements of the bill. The bill provides for a high degree of regulation, insists on very high compliance standards and rates, and shows very little tolerance for safety and security practices that fall short of these expectations. However, at its core, the bill allows for the benefits of radiation use to be made available to New Zealanders across the fields of medicine and other health services, animal health, science and research and industry. It is clear that all members have recognised this aim as worthy, and the opportunity to update this legislation is timely. I want to thank all members for their support. Mr Speaker, there's so much more to say about this exciting bill. I do have more time on the clock, and I'd like to take this time to use it on this bill, but I know that there are many other members that want to have their say, and so I'm pleased to be advancing this much-awaited advance to our legislation and to commend this bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. The Honourable Annette King.
Mr Speaker, I realise